Hey.
So this one is from Relationship Advice, and
Okay.
it is titled, I, 45 male, have stage 4 colorectal cancer, and I will be dead in 5 years.
Shoot.
My partner, 37 female, wants to have a baby with me.
Okay.
Buckle up, everyone. Sorry. Last month, I was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer. The prognosis was not good, and there have already been signs of spread to the rest of the body. I'll be dead within 5 years. The doctor said it'll most likely be sooner given the status of the progression. We're going to try fighting it, but the chances of survival are slim given the spread. I've been with my partner for 11 years now. We met at the library as I was doing my master's in behavioral psychology, and she was completing her undergrad in environmental science. I still remember the first time I saw her with her finger pressed so hard against a textbook as if it was going to fly away. We've talked about kids and marriage in the past, and it wasn't something either of us were interested in. We discussed it a few times, and she always said she would prefer to backpack across Vietnam, which we did, than raise a baby. It has been such an honor to be with her. After the diagnosis, we took our separate ways of grieving. She poured into her contacts and ways to fight this. Apparently, there's some magical Australian berry I have to start taking next week. I've come to accept it, and I will contact my lawyer soon to get my affairs in order. And here is my conundrum. She approached me a few nights ago, sat me down, and told me she wants to marry me and have a child or two with me. I was, of course, blindsided. Having a wedding or a child is the least of my priorities or wants at the moment because, well, I'm dying. She was adamant if this is the last thing I do for her, let it be this. She told me that it's only at the end of things that she realizes what's important to her. She told me she wants concrete things to remember me by, and being able to see my face in our child, as well as a wedding ring, which she said she'd wear even after my secession, is what she needs. I am concerned, and I voiced my concerns, which provoked tears. I told her that she has no family here. Her only family was a mother who passed away when she was 20. I told her her career is flourishing, and she has her passion in environmental monitoring. Being a single mother will be a huge impact on her. If I was going to be alive to help her, I'd be more amenable, but I won't. The discussion didn't end well. I'm lost on what to do. On one hand, I could go through with all of it and give her the family she wants, but I know her struggle will be immense. But on another hand, if she has a child, she may not be all alone after I die.
I'm going to have an abortion because my fiance cheated. I'm 29 female and he's 31 male. We've been together for 7 years and engaged for 9 months. To keep a long story short, I found out my fiance was cheating on me when I was 10 weeks pregnant. He has slept with multiple women for what looks like the last 2 years. I never wanted children, but he really wanted to be a father. After the initial shock of finding out he was cheating, I had to think rationally. Could I really let myself be tied down to this man for the rest of my life? Could I trust him to raise a child with me? The answer was no. I gave him the best years of my life, and I wasn't going to give him any more. I knew I'd resent the child. I just wanted to move on and never see him again. I told him I was going to get an abortion. He begged me not to. He apologized and said we could work it out and all he wants is to raise a family together. He swore I'd be a great mom and he'd be a great dad. He said if we didn't work out, he'd be there 100% for the child and that he could be the one with full custody and I could have visitation. I told him that my mind was made up and that he should have thought of that before cheating. He threatened to sue me if I went through with it. My parents weren't on board either. They say they're pro-choice, but they think that me getting an abortion is purely for revenge and not for the right reasons. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I can't have a child with this man. Not after this. I can't do it. I can't even carry the baby and give him full custody. Why should I put my body through this after what he did? Why would I give him what he wants after he's ruined me? It's scheduled for next Friday. There's no doubt in my mind that this is what I should do. No one but my sisters and close friends seem to agree with me. My male friends are against it. My ex-fiance is still begging me not to, and I know he's speaking to a lawyer. The next week isn't going to be easy, but I'll do what I have to. I gave this man the best years of my life. I gave him everything I had and everything I could. For 7 years, I've loved him unconditionally, but I cannot have this child with him.
Am I the asshole for yelling at a woman after she wasn't behaving and making my job harder? I work in phlebotomy and I like my job despite some of the craziness that happens, like what I'm about to share. So it's pretty shocking and funny how many people say that they are terrified of needles. I mean, these include grown men, and whenever they come to the lab and I need to take their blood, they're always sweaty, shaky, some of them cry, feel faint, all over a little poke. These are adults. Shouldn't they have gotten over it by now? It can be pretty frustrating when some sit there and cry / overreact before / during / after the procedure because it just makes my job a lot harder, especially during the aftermath of a pandemic. Plus, it is really annoying and I kind of just want to yell at them to grow the hell up, which is kind of what happened today. So this young woman came in and she was already teary-eyed. I mean, this was before I even asked her to confirm her name. She was sitting down, palms clammy, breathing weirdly, so already she's working herself up for no reason. I'm getting my supplies ready, and then she tells me that she's really scared of needles. And then she goes on and on about how she cries whenever she's near a needle, that she feels sick to her stomach, etc. I told her point blank that she's just working herself up over nothing and she needs to stop. Otherwise, it's going to make my job a lot harder. She begins to try and take deep breaths, but the tears are still flowing. Now she's starting to get on my nerves. Nonetheless, I begin to prep.
Oh, poor woman.
She then stops me and asks me to 1, give me a minute so that she can compose herself. 2, not show her any of my supplies / prep my equipment because that would supposedly make her more, quote, anxious.
It would.
Yeah.
The later was laughable because I have to have my supplies near me in order to draw blood in the first place. So I don't know where her brain came up with that. I had had enough. I looked at her and said, quote, look, are you going to behave yourself and let me do my job or not? If not, get out and stop wasting my time. She began to cry harder and said that she didn't mean to make me mad. She was just really terrified of needles.
Yes.
I told her, quote, yes, I heard you the first time. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? You're acting like a toddler. Then this woman says to me that the reason why she let me know that she was scared was because she wanted me to be gentle and comforting.
Yes.
My God, these people are so entitled.
Not entitled.
I asked her, quote, what do you think I am, your mother? My job isn't to coddle you and rock you to sleep. It's to take blood. If you can't act your age to even do that, then leave. She got up, still crying, had the audacity to call me sick, and then left. So I was on my lunch break, and then a coworker approached me and said that I treated that woman horribly.
Yes.
I told him that I was just trying to get my job done.
Nope.
He said that I shouldn't even be taking care of people if I'm going to, quote, act like this.
Yep.
And that I should pray that she doesn't file a complaint. What? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Wow. Okay. So let's see what Reddit thinks. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for not wanting my fiance's daughter to come on our honeymoon? I, 31 female, and marrying my fiance, 35 male, next year. I am also currently pregnant and due in April. We have been chatting lately about what we might do for our honeymoon. We've decided that we will bring our baby with us, as it wouldn't be fair to leave him or her with family for a week or more, and I'm sure we wouldn't want to leave our baby for this long anyway. My fiance has a 9-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. She spends most of her time with her mother, but comes to us for a weekend every fortnight. Myself and his daughter have a good relationship. She's a nice little girl generally, albeit a bit cheeky, but I make a big effort with her and do my best to make her feel welcome and at home when she's with us. Honestly though, I have no major bond with her. I don't feel any real love for her, no matter how much I try. That's just how I feel. am always kind, considerate towards her, and would never be mean or nasty to her. She does irritate me though from time to time, and honestly, I am glad on a Sunday evening when she's going back home to her mother's. My fiance now wants to bring his daughter on our honeymoon also, seeing as we will be bringing our baby. He doesn't want her to feel left out. I do understand where he's coming from, but I really don't want her to come. I know I won't enjoy the honeymoon half as much if she's there. She's not my daughter, and I just don't feel fully comfortable when she's around. I wouldn't be able to relax in the same way. We've had an argument about it now, and he can't understand where I am coming from. He thinks that bringing the baby and bringing his daughter is the same thing and doesn't understand why I don't want her to come. I feel like I may come across as the asshole here, but I just want to enjoy my honeymoon.